reading this title for this video and watching what's happening right now, you're probably already thinking, what the hell is this clickbait bullshit that I just clicked? Well, let me just be transparent right out the gate for you. I'm a roller coaster enthusiast and I'm high, and this is me going to Coney Island basically only to ride Cyclone and nothing else. And it's just, don't expect a lot, and you might be rewarded really a lot with happy. That's about all I'm going to tell you, and I know I convinced you. So, me as a piece of shit from New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'm at right now, this is just the exact opposite of everything I know, and it made me really excited to be just a fucking tourist, man. Fucking age 36, I've been to 40 states, and I never properly made it to New York City yet. Granted, I still technically haven't. About all I did was get a slice and go to Deno's Wonder Wheel and Luna Park and leave. So I guess I haven't done absolutely anything, actually. In fact, right there, that roller coaster, Thunderbolt, I didn't ride it. I rode its clone in Alabama, and apparently the Alabama one's better, and it sucks. So I don't feel like I missed much. The context here is that this was the second park we visited in one day in an 18-park roller coaster trip. And we spent like most of the day at Dorney, and we had like, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours to visit what we could and what we wanted to do before having to pick up our friend from the airport, and she joined us for like the next like 7 days of the trip. But right now, we're just trying to get in our Coney Island Cyclone rides and spend a shitload of money that we shouldn't have to pay. But you know what? Look, you know, and the reason we shouldn't have to, I guess we should have to pay. What am I talking about? We're in New York City. Just breathing the air here should cost you 10 cents a fucking minute. This guy's doing some kind of illegal fucking turn. What is this? New York drivers, man. I'll tell you, in New York and New Jersey, if you want to have like demolition derby on your highways, man, fucking hell. One thing that was cool about driving in New York on the highways and shit, going all the way to here, which I guess is not the New York experience at all, driving in, was, damn, a lot of these roads feel really familiar. And they're like, didn't I play this in a fucking racing video game from the 80s? Like this exact street I'm on? Certainly not the street I'm driving on, because I'll just chauffeured everywhere on this trip by my friend who just doesn't mind driving, which is the shit. Taco Bell Cantina. I literally just ate a Taco Bell burrito right now, and I've been going like twice a week for my entire life, and I haven't been to a cantina. I was in such a hurry, I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to do shit. I did get to do the Wonder Wheel, which you'll see on this video, but the reason I'm here is for the cycle over here. Oh, the joke didn't really... The O and the N are missing. This is Cyclone. This is, you know, the most famous coaster in the world or something, and coaster enthusiasts don't talk about it much because it's just a coaster hanging out on the side of the road, and then nothing else really matters. So we're gonna go on these street things or whatever in New York City. I think I've seen roads that look like exactly like this in some like urban blight videos that I find myself like doom watching online in like Kensington and shit. But anyway, it's a pretty sunset, and I'm feeling great at this moment. Like in the video, I'm like, dude, I had been hyped for the Cyclone for like a million years, because I hear that it's basically the epitome of an old school wood coaster experience, and the seats apparently were like the best shit ever. And the best shit ever, absolutely. It's my favorite seat on a roller coaster absolutely ever. It feels like you're in a lazy boy reclining and in a bouncy castle at the same time with no seat dividers. So if you ride the ride alone, do not ride with someone next to you. That's completely offensive. Just be by your fucking self. You'll bounce around left and right like you're at a pinball table in 1927 having the time of your life. And I've never ridden Cyclone during the day, but I got my 6 rides at night. And I was absolutely high out of my bejesus, so you got to keep that in mind. But my headspace is, I've never had such a positive reaction to a roller coaster in my entire fucking life. I was crying from happiness, and I couldn't control it. I couldn't control my tears because of how happy I was. I know that sounds like I'm being like a fucking asshole, but like seriously, that's what this fucking coaster did to me. And it's super fucking fun. It's rough, but it's so fucking padded that it's amazingly pleasant to be jostled around. Oh my god. And the worst part is that at this point in the video, I still haven't ridden it yet, and I'm going to pass it up because I made it my 400th roller coaster, and Colson was saying, dude, you cannot not make it your 400th. You have like 397 at this point, I think. So we skipped this world-class fucking thing that I really wanted to ride and did later, so don't worry about that, to go get some stupid-ass fucking credits. So between Deno's Wonder Wheel and Luna Park, which I have to explain how that shit works in a second. I like that like overground metro thing. Like I know that for you locals that's not interesting, but for someone who lives in New Orleans, all of this is so unfamiliar. Like public transit in my city that matters, not better than a bus. Holy shit. Anyway, it's weird because like the park was bought in parcels or something. So you have Deno's Wonder Wheel amusement park in between Luna Park and Luna Park, and then independent of that, you have Cyclone sitting on the street all alone. So we have to leave everything and just pay a fucking thing on the street to just hop on the roller coaster, and it's operated by Luna Park but not in Luna Park. So it's Cyclone Luna Park, Deno's Wonder Wheel Luna Park, I think. And then like the fourth Luna Park part that has Thunderbolt, we didn't even go to it because who cares? And we were running out of time. Like my friend's Lacey, her flight was like laid over for hours and hours and delayed and delayed and delayed. So it gave us time to go here. She was supposed to originally join us, but we're like, fuck that. This is the only day we can go to Coney Island or else we're going to miss it. So she ended up actually having to wait at the airport like an hour and a half, 2 hours longer than that after being like held back all day. So our fucking asses could go to Coney Island, and she actually was super chill about it. I would have been pissed. I was projecting onto her and believing and would believe in her shoes. Fuck those fuckers for doing that to me. But she was cool. I gotta give it up. And if you're listening to this, Lacey, thank you for that because I had a wonderful time. And if we do the Northeast next year, we're coming back here because I want to get like a daytime ride on it and then do this again. Because I haven't told you guys how amazingly high Cyclone came up in my rankings. So ahead of this trip, I saw it was number like 48 out of 1,400 on Canopy Coaster's ranking. And I'm like, wow, I've never seen anyone rank it so high. And Colson was like, yeah, for real. It's like in my 50s. It's pretty strong. So I was expecting, you know what? I really love old school coasters a lot. And with the seats, what I'm hearing, I think this could be top 50. I'm excited. Got off my first fucking ride. And I'm like, well, that's top 25 already. And then it just got better and better. I'll tell you where it reached in a second because I got to build up to it or something to keep you, the viewer, retained or some shit like that. Right now we're looking at the Wonder Wheel. Which, look, if you're from New York and stuff, like I'm not gonna introduce it to you like with stuff you haven't heard before. I don't know. I'm just some fucking uninformed tourist. I don't even know what the ship is. It looks cool. But my headspace here is, dude, this feels super nostalgic. Like I feel like multiple movies I've seen take place around here. I'm super fucking happy to be here. And the Deno's Wonder Wheel itself is already like my favorite Ferris wheel ever. And you'll see a POV of that. Like actually, I recorded that. And hey, now that I'm thinking, I recorded on Phoenix as well, the other fucking roller coaster thing we did. You see me handing my car to my friend? I popped multiple gummies ahead of time and I'm like, I'm out of my mind. I don't trust myself. Can you please just whatever tickets you buy yourself, buy for me too on my card? He's like, I got you, fam. So I think I actually made sure that my credit card number wouldn't show in the video, and I think I succeeded. If not, oh boy, I'm better cancel the card. But anyway, we're over here just trying to figure out where to buy tickets and shit. And I was like, dude, just take care of me. I need you to be my chaperone because I'm going to be the highest I've ever been. I wasn't quite there, but pretty close. And I was just woohoo happy. I mean, really happy. This shit right here, those of you who don't know about the Wonder Wheel, which is what I was segueing into like a minute and a half ago, is that there's specialized seats that are on these like tracks that move around. So it's like fucking wacky stuff and hilarious, dude. Like I was giggling the entire, I mean, obviously giggling because of my state of mind, but giggling because it was just straight up fun. It was a Ferris wheel that I considered really fun, and I really wanted to ride it again, but ran out of time. But like next time I come next year, especially with Lacey, who didn't get to fucking ride it, if she wants to join here, fuck. We'll do the Wonder Wheel again, and I want to take my girlfriend Christina here too, because like this is like just a tourism fucking spot, man. If you want to be just an unadulterated tourist, this is where you go. So we're doing this fucking wee thing, and look, it's not an intimate or anything, but it's pretty fun, and I like how it's like this like fucking family that owns it and they just run the shit, and you can see like the people who actually own the ride are like operating and doing shit down there, like hustle and bustle. We got to make her fucking $10-14 a ride, whatever it costs, and I don't know this beach view here. So look, this is why the Cyclone was incredible to me. With the padded seats, with the incredible airtime. Like if this thing were relocated to a dirt field without this view, it would still be top 50 for me because it was incredible. It was really great wood coaster. But with this view, with the iconic like just lights everywhere, the beach there, it was like in the upper 60s, the best temperature that exists. I couldn't have been in a better mood. And the way I rank coasters is based on everything, all those variables. I compare the best ride I've ever had on every coaster with the top memory of every other coaster I've been on, and I factor in all of the elements, and just everything was hitting, man. And fuck, and with the view of like the New York City lights and shit, it's just all a perspective thing. So you'll have like a local who's been riding this shit all their life and they think nothing of it, and in fact they'll go 5-10 years without riding any of it because like, all right, I got it, I live near it, I can ride it whenever I want. Here I am like fucking teary-eyed and shit on it like a fucking loser. I mean, sick. Anyway, that white coaster there, we didn't even fucking ride it. We didn't ride anything. The only things we rode here were Soaring Eagle, the Volaire thing. Hey, look, it's the police. Woohoo! Woo! KRS-One, sound of the police. And Soaring Eagle and Phoenix, which I think, I definitely recorded a POV on, which is going to be hilarious to watch. So keep in mind when you watch that POV and this one in this Wonder Wheel that I am. And I know that sounded amazing, especially if you're wearing headphones there. I know that was ASMR for you. So I have nothing to say about Thunderbolt, but if my review for the one at Tropic Falls is what it's called now. It used to be called Park at Oa. Horrible name. It's awful. It's basically like a janky Eurofighter that misses the point. And apparently this one's worse, so fuck that. So Phoenix right there. So every other Vekoma Junior invert I've ever ridden was unrankable for me. And by rankable, I mean a coaster needs to be better than the worst Aero Mine Train for me to rank it. That keeps things like, Worthless Wild Mice and Galaxies, and Zyklon shit, and Kitty Coasters off my rank. And SLCs, the BS, the bullshit. And Phoenix was extremely rankable. I have Phoenix at Deno's fucking Wonder Wheel ranked higher than Batman the fucking Ride. And I know you're like, what are you talking about? And look, just hear me out. My headspace, with that good temperature, with all the lights, one of my favorite things on a roller coaster is extreme proximity to other shit when you're riding it. And my other favorite setting thing in a roller coaster is dense urban environments. And this place has both. So to ride that fucking shit, I was feeling good, man. And so I overranked it. I have it as my number, Jesus, where is it? 196. It's actually in my top 200, this fucking thing right here. And they send it for multiple laps, and it's all about the experience that made me reflect the afterglow on it, like really good and stuff. You got the ride op who was like, man, I wish they would let me record on Psycho, and I've got like the chest mount strap and all that. And it's like, yeah, there's no way, but why don't you do it on this? And I wasn't even asking to film on this. He's like, oh, fuck that, man. Get on that shit. And I'm like, well, this is off to a great start. So I recorded the shit because the write-up told me go have at it, and I wasn't paying attention to the money coming out of my credit card. Now that's that cool write-up I was talking about. Give that guy like a raise of 500%, please. He's dope. He's fucking dope. What's his name? Man, where's his name tag? Fuck, can't say his name. Somebody take care of this, please. Anyway, it's great, and so I wasn't paying attention to the money I spent on this trip, and it made for a great experience then. Woo boy, thousands of dollars later, I don't regret it, but it'll be a while before I go this hard on a roller coaster trip again. But hey, I knew that was going to happen. Fucking visiting Coney Island in New Jersey and all these boardwalk parks and shit. Fucking Maurice Piers spent $125 to be there for an hour and a half to ride like 3 things. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Anyway, thank you for your patience while I unabridged just record this entire thing. I don't even know. Are we like waiting for more guests? This is so unprofessional. I'm going to take a break to drink some water, which you should do as well. I think we're really just waiting for more guests and you watching this unedited fucking spam of a video. Okay, good. I finally like took a little break so you didn't have to deal with that. And now, for an extremely rare POV in my channel, like I have a GoPro. I walk around with a GoPro, but I don't feel like asking permission in parks or breaking the rules. So you don't see that shit. But here's like my 7th POV on my channel. Phoenix at Deno's Wonder Wheel. Like, no, now think about this. Blazed out of your fucking Jesus Christ. You're fucking freaking out, in a good mood, happy. It's like 67. You know how good it feels to be outside and that with like a nice little breeze. And you're feeling good. You're far away from Louisiana, the worst place on earth. And everything is just amazing. Like, and then they give you like multiple laps, I think, right? I know that's part of it. This was my first Vekoma Junior, whatever you call it. That aren't these what they call hanging bangs too? Nope. No, he's like, let's go. They send you on 2 laps, and you're in New York City, and you're near a bunch of random vendors, overcharging for their shit, and you're smiling. And you're right next to Deno's Wonder Wheel. I don't know, man. I'm a tourist in this thing, and I normally don't like enjoy the tourist energy because like working in a tourist thing, I worked in a casino in New Orleans, Harrah's Caesars New Orleans, so I know all about you fucking tourists, and I can't stand them usually, and I just felt like being one of those fucking tourists, like not like, you know, upsetting service industry people or anything, but hey, happy I'm in New York City. I just felt like being like that just once. Even though the only thing I did in this whole city, I mean, we went to Dorney, we stopped to get a slice at his favorite pizza joint. He actually like dropped me off the side of the road, did a lap around, and then got the slice with me. And then we went to Coney Island and you're watching the vast majority of the time I was even here. And then we went to LaGuardia to pick up my friend. So that was my entire New York day. And I think we were in Knoebels the very next day. So, the biggest city in the country with so infinite things to do, greatest ride-op in the history of the Northeast. It was just so rushed and so fucking frantic. So we had enough time to ride this. We had enough time to ride the fucking Volaire. Holy. So, I had been on, that was what, number 398. I didn't ride that white thing. I don't even know what it's called. Should probably look it up, but I don't care enough. Steeplechase, there it is. Cool, thank you, light. Nope. I rode the Volaire as my 399, and I had never been on a Volaire before. And apparently it was like the really good one. And I rode what a bad one it looks like at Canada's Wonderland. And holy fuck, that is one of the worst things I've ever experienced. It was just astronomically, fundamentally, apocalyptically fucked. But there's my credit card again. It's like, buy my shit. Thank you, chaperone. The one here, I could feel like it was the good version. Like it wasn't like murdering your head, but it felt so weird. And here's the thing. There was nothing pleasant about it, but I couldn't stop laughing, and I didn't understand my emotions, and that experience, I'm justifying that I ranked a fucking Volaire when my qualification is better than the worst Aeromine train. I ranked a singular Volaire, and it's the one in this park. It's because it was memorable in a pleasant way. I look back on it like, wow, that sucked. That's it right there, by the way. It really sucked, and I really enjoyed it at the same time. It was like cognitive dissonance of the roller coaster. And I had so much trouble ranking it because I knew I wanted to, and I didn't really know where to place it. So let me where do I have this fucking shit? Hold on. It's 215. So I have this. I have Soaring Eagle. I have a Volair above Batman the Ride. So I just taking every shot I have at Batman the Ride in every video with that stupid ass lip till. So we're talking 215 Soaring Eagle right next to Swiss Toboggan at Little America at 214, which I think I'm the person who rates it the highest of anyone in the country. Everyone hates it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. And now we're talking about 216. We got Blue Hawk at Six Flags Over Georgia. So like real rides, okay? Skyrocket at Kennywood is under it. Backlot Stunt Coaster. Yeah. And then right here I see Rollin' Thunder at Tropic Falls, 223. So if that is better than Thunderbolt at Luna Park, then this fucking Volair I will have ranked higher than their inverting big showcase piece. That is a piece of embarrassment. Fuck that. So anyway, this is still like you're laying down in a prison and cell, and it's jarring and it's if you have any hint of claustrophobia, you need to stay away from this fuck. It is a bad thing. But you see him laughing and smile like, what the fuck was that? That's exactly my emotions. I'm walking away from it like in this moment, like, I enjoyed that, but I hated that. I don't know what to think about that. I can't stop thinking. I don't know what you see, like, yeah, look at my hand. I'm like incredulous and exaggerating it for the camera, like, ooh. That woman's telling her son something that's important to her, but not important to him. You could see he's like, I don't give a fuck, Mom. Fuck that shit. I want to go on Steeplechase. I wanted to go on Steeplechase, but running out of time. Didn't get a banana either, or whatever the fuck that is. Creepy ass looking shit. And my friend, she was like already at LaGuardia at this point, and we didn't even get on Cyclone. And I'll be honest, I got on Cyclone 6 fucking times. So that was $398 and $399, right? So now we can skip all of the BS and go straight to Cyclone for $400. I'm at $455 now, by the way. And my final ranking, I'll tell you about that. Made my number at the time, number 10. So it was a top 10 coaster for like 5 days. And then I went to Boulder Dash at Lake Compounds, which broke very, very highly my top 10. Top 3, actually. Top 2. It's my number 2. I guess I'm spoiling it. I wanted to wait till the Lake Compounds video, but I don't know how to hold a surprise. Which dropped this to number 11. But this was a top 10 coaster for 5 days. And we're walking to whatever. I mean, we're walking to it, right? We have to like walk through like, all this random extra shit. So at least you're getting a walkthrough of all of this. Like, I can't stress enough as a Louisiana person how much all of this, it's kind of dingy and kind of like, not pretty. But the grittiness of it, I think, is fucking cool because it's so, all of this is so fucking different. Like, you guys can be like, hey kids, you want to go 15 minutes away to the expensive boardwalk in the biggest city in the world? And I can't do that. The only thing I can do is go to like fucking Chuck E. Cheese and shit. They don't have shit in this city, man. I hate this place. So, you guys have it pretty good. And I will be back because Cyclone is like one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And this slow walk is one of the worst things that ever happened to me as somebody narrating the video because I'm running. Oh wait, this right here, that Thunderbolt thing. Those of you who don't know about it, I gotta tell you guys because that's so funny. So remember how I told you guys that Deno's Wonder Wheel is sandwiched between Luna Park and Luna Park? Cyclone is to the right of us from the perspective of this. To the left of us from the perspective of this is Thunderbolt, Luna Park's big orange coaster, and we're in Deno's Wonder Wheel right now. They named that fucking flat ride fucking shit Thunderbolt as a troll to the people in Luna Park, like as a fuck you, so that when guests are either at Cyclone or wherever and they're looking for the Thunderbolt roller coaster, they're going to be misled onto that fucking flat, and they can get away with it. And they want to do that because they're technically competitors. I think that is so funny and so New York. I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of that. What a just petty fucking thing to do. But Cyclone over there, Jesus Christ, dude. So the view of like the skyscrapers on one side, the really pretty beach right on one side, all of the lights and fanfare of all of this shit on the other side, and then you being blazed out of your shit on the fourth side. And you're seeing in 5D. I mean, dude, Oh my god. I really think that a lot of old wood coasters could turn into really premium fucking things if they all did the cyclone seat experience, where you get like, it feels like a lazy boy recliner. It's so padded and so ridiculous and so fluffy. If they were, and I was looking at it like, what are they? Are these like PTC trains just with just insane amounts of padding? Like, I wasn't really sure what was going on there, but it seemed replicable. Like, dude, they should put this on like every old school wood coaster train. Oh my god. I really can't stress enough how much I fucking loved it. And I really loved how I didn't have to wait. One thing I did not like is my number 4 of 6 ride, where some fucking cunt shit piece of ass fucking pulled out his phone on the lift hill vertically. It wasn't even looking at what he's recording. Like, hey, TikTok, watch me fucking suck ass. And he had it in front of him, and I was like on the second row. In the whole ride, I was just like trying not to get hit. So I was thinking about, you know, when you're high, everything's all elevated. And I was thinking like, man, you can't hit me in the face. But what made me really happy is that I found out that he was permanently banned from the ride after that. So my next 2 rides were so extra sweet. This station here, man, just like look at this with me. Those of you who aren't local, this looks like a time capsule. That's what I really love the most. Like New York City, the city itself owns this ride and gives Luna Park the ability to operate it or something. And what's cool is that it can't go over $10. So Thunderbolt and shit is like $14, but it's capped at $10 because the city's like, we want to preserve it, we want to make it reasonable. There's something as someone who lives in the shithole that is Louisiana that is so amazing for me that you can just be after work and you're like, all right, I need to relax a little bit. You just drive up, park your car, pay $20, and hop on the Cyclone and let off some steam after work just off the side of the road. One of the best things in the world. You can just do that. Look at these seats. It's so fucking cozy, man. And it really felt like you're a pinball bouncing around in the 20s and shit. I mean, like, never be alone and try to go as far from the back as possible. And look at this fucking, like, scary shit. Oh my god. And so do I recommend the Cyclone? Yes, and yes. But just be prepared to spend an astronomical amount of money, and maybe follow my lead and then have a friend chauffeur you while you do nothing and get high as shit and then get trapped and not even be able to leave this door. Look at this smart car NYPD officer. Who are you going to scare with that, man? I feel like kicking that car sideways. So I bought a $40 fucking t-shirt right there at that vendor, and I wear it all the time. It's one of my favorite t-shirts. I spent $40 on it, and I'd do it again. Coney Island Cyclone, my number 11 out of 455, and one of the best experiences of my life. And holy fuck. Fuck.